In order to be able to create the most successful media promotional package, I knew that a vast range of technologies were going to be needed. Media technologies were essential at every stage of working towards the final product. However, I found that they were most vital when producing the trailer, and without the wide range of accessibility to these media technologies, the task would have been practically impossible. The first piece of hardware, and the technology I most commonly used throughout the whole year, was the Apple Mac. Initially, in the research and planning stages, I made use of the Mac to access the internet. The internet allowed me to enter into relation with my audience and allowed me to understand firsthand what the audience wanted and expected from my trailer. I used SurveyMonkey to produce surveys in order to gather data on what my target audience expected and what conventions they most enjoyed when used in film or a trailer. Without the Apple Mac, my production piece would have been far from what it is now. The range of editing software on the Mac gave me freedom and choice when constructing my trailer. I used Adobe Premiere Pro CS6 in order to compile my footage and also add transitions and effects like this dip to white. Furthermore, the easy-to-use Premiere Pro program made the task of editing to create meaning a lot less difficult, as well as giving me freedom and choice when it comes to how I wanted my text to look. Evidence of where I've used editing to create meaning can be seen here, where I've taken advantage of the layers feature on the editing timeline and the opacity tool in order to play the same piece of footage at the same time, suggesting to the viewer that the masked man is not human and possesses supernatural powers. The titles for my trailer were created using a piece of editing software called Adobe After Effects. After Effects allows you to animate text and includes a range of tools and features in order to be able to create really interesting titles. With a pre-existing knowledge of After Effects, I already had an idea on how to create the titles I had planned. I used the typewriter behaviour in order to create these titles. I loved the idea that the moving titles, which gradually revealed each letter one by one, suggested to the audience that they are not alone when watching the trailer, almost as if something is trying to communicate with them and watching them. The main title, Hatched, proved to be the most challenging to produce, but after some thoughtful thinking, I soon realised that by using the wiggle behaviour and setting the speed of the wiggle to a very high number and the distance the title can move to a very low number, it would be possible to produce the shaky, electricity-boosted title that I aspired to. The camera which I used to film my trailer was another piece of technology which played a big role in the production of my promotional package. I used the Sony NX5 to film my trailer and found that the advanced features and settings on the camera gave me great freedom. The high quality of the camera allowed me to pull off money shots such as this one, as well as giving me the chance to pull off camera tricks such as the shallow focus here. Here, the shallow focus indicates to the audience that the phone is of great importance as it causes them to focus purely on the phone and nothing else. This is an example of where I use camera to create meaning. The Sony NX5 gave me an edge over an ordinary mobile phone or basic video camera as it presented me with the option to alter aperture settings and white balance, for example. The fact it allowed me to record in the highest quality 1080p HD footage also helped me to produce a trailer which was of the highest quality as possible, presenting me with footage which would further help to promote the trailer and give it the highest promotional value as possible. With an understanding and firm belief in the two-step flow, I knew that it was essential to exploit as much technology as possible in order to influence my audience and increase the promotional value of my media package. By using social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter to directly communicate with my audience, whether it be in the planning and research stages to aid me in the planning of my trailer, during the production stage in order to gather constructive criticism and get an idea of what my audience enjoyed and didn't enjoy, or to gain feedback about the final product, to further benefit the promotional value of the film. I used Twitter in order to encourage influencers of my target audience to retweet and therefore promote Hatched. With Stormzy retweeting a tweet about the film, this further increased the awareness of the film to my target audience, as they are much more likely to listen to someone they look up to and are socially influenced by. Additionally, SlideShare was a great website and helped me out majorly during the planning and research stages. SlideShare presented me with the opportunity in order to be able to convert PowerPoint presentations into a form that is compatible with a blogger website, therefore meaning I was able to build up a strong, solid blog which contained a record of my research into forms and conventions of trailers, as well as a record and analysis of audience feedback. Part of the task for creating a successful media promotional package was to create a magazine cover, a film poster and a film website which would all complement the main task of the trailer. I used Adobe Photoshop CS6 in order to create both the magazine cover and the film poster. The layers feature in Photoshop was a big bonus and allowed for me to produce an interesting and intricate poster and magazine. The film website, on the other hand, I produced using Wix.com. This gave me the opportunity to produce a professional looking website which included a slide-in photo gallery and several videos, as well as allowing me to publish the site, therefore making it available to everyone with access to the internet. With 47% of the world's population having access to the internet, I think that the film website would have helped me majorly to increase the promotional value of Hatched. Without Photoshop, it would have been virtually impossible to create something as intricate and as effective as the magazine cover and film poster that I have done. Options in Photoshop, such as the emboss and drop shadow feature for a text, are just a couple of examples of how I use Photoshop to produce professional looking ancillary tasks to complement the main text, and are what sets Photoshop aside from other editing programs such as Paint. There is no doubt that without the internet, my final trailer for Hatch would look nothing like it does now. This is due to the great influence that the research and planning stages using the internet has had on me. Being able to access the success of real life texts such as Sinister, for example, which has had a great influence on my text. I was influenced to include typical forms and conventions of these real life texts after watching them on YouTube, in the hope that my text will be as successful as theirs. Finally, I use Web 2.0 in order to gather and collect feedback from my audience. Without Web 2.0, I would have felt very shut off from my audience. However, by gathering constructive criticism and taking it on board, during the production of my trailer, poster, magazine cover and website, I had full confidence in what I was working towards. And I felt this consequently meant that the final overall outcome of both the trailer and the ancillary tasks was to a much better standard, and therefore increasing the promotional value of Hatched, setting it up to be a future success.